Hi angels, welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is all about whether there's any hope left in this connection. It's going to be a bit of a deep dive into feelings, so if you'd prefer a lighter reading, feel free to choose one of my other videos instead. I want to clarify that my no contact readings aren't just about romantic connections, but also friendships and family connections too. These are going to be fairly short readings. I just wanted a quick insight into whether there's hope left in this connection or not for you guys. Hopefully it will give you an indication on whether you're wasting your time with someone or whether they're worth the wait. I've got 3 groups for you to pick from today. Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3. I actually just bought a whole bunch of new pin badges and I thought they'd be appropriate for a reading, just to mix it up a little bit. So each group has been given a crystal and a pin badge. Here's some close-ups of the groups. Group 1 with Remember to Rest and Carnelian. Group 2 with Silver Linings and Malachite. Group 3 with Take Up Space and Rainbow Moonstone. I'm inviting you to take a deep breath in with me now and hold it and slowly release that breath. And when you're ready, pick a group. If you need some more time choosing, feel free to pause the video here. Once you're ready, scroll down to the description box or the comments and select the timestamp for your group. I'm going to start with a reading for Group 1. Hi Group 1, so if you picked Remember to Rest, this pin badge, and Carnelian, this is your reading. I've already pulled some oracle cards for you. We have hazel eyes, hazel, bright eyes, green, brown tones. Fear, commitment, anxiety, scared, concern. Burden of tears. Mending, and last but not least, I will follow you into the dark. Okay, so I'm seeing a few different things for you, Group 1. I want to start by saying that with Remember to Rest, I was really feeling like you need some sort of timeout or you're just feeling overtired. And here we have bright eyes. So I think this is what you want. You want to feel rested, relaxed, observant. I'm getting that you feel like you need to keep your eyes peeled for something. You're on the lookout for something. And with fear and commitment anxiety, I feel like you've been kept up at night over this. So it might be that you're feeling as if this connection is on the rocks. And that makes sense. This is a reading all about connections where there are issues, there are problems. I'm seeing you've cried about this a lot. I think you've been worried about this connection and you're unsure if it actually has potential. But with this mending card, and I will follow you into the dark, we're seeing that there is a possibility to fix the connection, to fix the problems in your relationship. I will follow you into the dark shows commitment. It shows capacity to change and to learn and to grow. And I really feel like you are willing to do what it takes to fix the connection and get it back on track. I'm going to get a couple of tarot cards to get a bit more information. Today I'm using the white Numen tarot. Is there hope for Group 1's connection? Tell me whether there's hope for Group 1's no contact connection. Is there hope for Group 1's no contact connection? was trying to just get 2 tarot cards, but we've ended up with 3, so we'll take all of them. First, we have the 7 of Wands, followed by the Hermit, and lastly, the High Priestess. Okay, so these are a range of cards. The Hermit and the High Priestess have something in common. It's all about looking into yourself and trying to find the answers deep within you, and also learning how to grow. With the 7 of Wands, I see some conflict here. That's usually what this card talks about. As you can see, they are kind of clashing with each other. They're having some sort of a duel or a showdown of sorts. So I do feel like there's been conflict in this relationship. I mean, it can talk about inner conflict, but in this particular situation, was there a conflict between you two before this person disappeared, before you had no contact? I feel like they've gone into hermit mode and you've gone into the High Priestess's mode. They're in a very solitary state of mind. They've gone off on their own and you are sort of waiting for them. There's all this mystery that's clouding your judgment. It's making you feel very confused and as if you can't get through to them. You can't bring them back. With commitment anxiety, I don't know if there is some sort of fear that they have been unfaithful, or perhaps they have actually been unfaithful. There's definite fears that you're losing them. In fact, you're worried to the extent that you are crying over it or you're very upset. It's brought you to tears. But please recognize that this card says burden. This has really caused you to feel bogged down and tired. And this pin badge is just making so much sense because you need rest. I think you've had to feel very alert. You've had to stay alert through this. You've felt on edge constantly and you just want them back. You want to be able to mend the relationship. You want to be able to fix it. But please pay attention to how there are 2 individuals in this card. 2 people are fixing it together. And that's what it would take to save this relationship. And I do feel like you are going to save it. I feel like you two are going to work together to mend it and heal whatever issues there were, whatever conflict there was. There's this strong notion that you two really care deeply for one another and you are willing to do whatever it takes to be back in each other's lives. I'm really curious as to who's going to take the first step, so I'm just going to grab another tarot card to get an insight into that. Tell me more about Group 1's connection. Who's going to take the first step to make this work? Who's taking the first step there? Okay, so as you can see, we got the 2 of Pentacles. It's kind of like yin and yang energy, and it's very much balancing of the scales, and it's 2 people acting together. So I think the answer is that it's going to take both of you to make this work. If you really do want this connection to work, you both have to put the effort in to find your way back to one another and also to fix whatever problem there was between you. I feel like you may have had an argument or some sort of disagreement. You've fallen out over something. That's what I'm getting with the 7 of Wands. And until you... Oh, what came into my head is like, come down off of your high horse. Until you give in to a little bit of compromise, I don't think you're going to be able to fix this relationship. I just keep feeling like you're really scared. You're scared of losing them. But it's really up to you, Group 1. If you don't want to lose them, you have to also put in the effort to keep them. You can't just stay in this like hermit state. You can't think of yourself as sort of high and mighty. You have to reach out to them. You have to make a move in a positive direction. And I believe that they will reciprocate. I see you both wanting to find balance and harmony in your relationship. You both want to fix it. You want to mend whatever was broken. And I think your fear, part of it is that they're not going to want the same as you. They're not going to want to reciprocate and make it work as much as you do. But this "I will follow you into the dark" card really shows that they are open to mending your relationship. They're open to making it work with you. There is some sort of mystery in this. I don't know what that is. Perhaps you're unsure of why this conflict started in the first place, and you're in fear that it could arise again. But I think if you mend it properly, if you both work to bridge the gap and compromise, then I don't think you have anything to fear. There is hope in this connection, and you can regain the balance that you previously had. You can make it work. You can have love for one another again, and you can be without conflict. I do think overall there is hope for your connection, group one, but it's going to take work. It's going to take compromise. It's going to take talking to this other person and being willing to change, being willing to put the work in to make things better again and to resolve whatever this conflict is. I do think at times this could result in some tears and definitely fears. I think you are scared. You are scared that you can't ever return to the relationship that you once had. And that may be true. You may never return to the exact relationship that you had previously. However, change is necessary in all relationships, in all connections, and that change can be positive change. You can make these compromises and actually learn something from them, and also embark on a stronger relationship in the future because you worked on whatever the issues were together. You both played your part in making your relationship stronger and healthier too. That's all I've got for you, group one. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click the like button down below. I know this was a fairly short reading, but sometimes I like to do just little check-ins for you guys. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you're interested in these no contact readings. I've created a small series of them now. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. That way you can stay up to date on my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best in rekindling this connection. Bye. Hi, group two. If you picked Silver Linings and Malachite, this is your reading. I've already drawn some oracle cards for you, so we're going to start with those. We have ghosted, dropped off, no closure, gone silent. Sad, lonely, depressed, mental health. Freedom. Loyal heart. And show me sorrows that fill your hollows. I can already tell this is a difficult one, group two. I'm so sorry. You have just been completely deserted by someone, but better is coming. It's interesting that you picked Silver Linings. There is a silver lining to this, but it's not this person. Right, what I'm getting is actually really clear. I feel like someone has literally ghosted you. Someone has up and left with no explanation. You have been left feeling completely alone, completely confused, just lost, really. And that's resulted in a lot of sadness, which is only natural in that situation, and feeling lonely too. So perhaps they were quite a constant figure in your life, you spent a lot of time together, or you were messaging continually, and you really feel that gap, that empty space since they've left your life. You're missing them a lot, but there is that silver lining. I love that you picked this because that's exactly what you've got coming for you. So you may not have felt it yet, but this is your freedom. There was a reason for them leaving, and you needed this freedom. You needed to explore yourself in your own space, really, without them holding you back. With show me sorrows that fill your hollows, I really feel like something better is coming for you. In fact, I feel like someone better is coming for you. There's going to be someone who understands exactly how you're feeling, and it may be that they've been ghosted themselves. There's something about this situation that they have mirrored. They have experienced the exact same thing before, and you're going to understand each other so well because you've both lived this same shared experience. And I know this from Loyal Heart. You are someone who is really loyal. You're someone who struggles to let go of people because once you hold someone dear to you, they're in your heart forever and you don't want to ever say goodbye to them. But with these 2 hours, I really feel like you're one of them and you're finding the other one. You're finding someone who is just like you. You're finding someone who is also loyal, who also holds on to people who are good for them and they just don't let go. They will do anything for their loved ones. And I feel like you are that kind of person and you deserve that reciprocation, but you're getting it soon. So in terms of the question whether there is hope in this connection that you're asking about, I don't actually think there is hope. I feel like they ghosted and left for a reason, and that reason may be that they are just too immature for your connection, or they're just not ready for it yet. It's not the right timing for them, but also you needed this lesson. I know it can feel like quite a cruel lesson, someone ghosting you, but you needed this sense of freedom to really get to know yourself properly, but also to have lived this experience so that when you meet this other person who's lived a similar experience, you can fully understand each other and sympathize with one another. Today I'm using tarot from the white Numen deck, so I'm going to get you a couple of tarot cards just to get a bit more information on whether there's any hope left in this connection. Tell me about group 2's connection. Is there any hope left? Okay, so once again, got a few more cards than I was expecting, but we will make do. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what we got makes a lot of sense. With the Ace of Wands, I feel like some passion is on the way towards you in the future, but is not with this person. So Six of Wands talks about being proud of your successes and your accomplishments. The World is about feeling like your dreams have come true. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about change and seizing a new unexpected opportunity. And that word unexpected, along with an Ace of Wands, so something new, makes me feel like this connection really is ending. It is over. It was not the one for you. It was not right for you anymore. It wasn't serving you anymore. It has run its course, but that's all right because things are looking up from here. With the Ace of Wands, there is some new passion coming towards you. So I feel like there's a new relationship coming towards you. With the Wheel of Fortune, there's something unexpected, some amazing opportunity heading your way. And the world is this fantastic card of basically achieving your dreams, achieving your goals. So I do think you are going to find the right person for you. And again, that comes back to the whole loyal heart, show me sorrows that fills your hollows, makes me think that you are being open with someone, you're being honest with someone, and they are okay with that. They're absorbing that, they're enjoying you letting them in and you being so vulnerable with them. I think with this previous person, you struggled to be vulnerable, and maybe that made you feel trapped at times and as if you couldn't be fully yourself. You couldn't be honest with them. But that is changing. You are going to feel this sense of freedom when you realize that relationships don't need to be that difficult. Relationships can be easier than that. And I am seeing this mainly in a romantic way, but I just want to reiterate that this doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It could just be someone that you were missing, a friend, for example, that you were missing and you feel just walked out on you and hasn't reached out in such a long time. I feel like there was a reason for that, and as I said, they just aren't going to serve you in your life any longer. They don't have anything to offer you. People are there in your life for a reason. They're either there to provide for you or to help you with certain things or to teach you lessons or to give you joy, to bring you joy. And I just feel like this person wasn't able to do that for you anymore. They weren't giving you what you needed. And that's why there is going to be this someone new heading in your direction. And you are going to feel like you've achieved some sort of victory. You're going to feel victorious. You're going to feel like this is the person that you've been waiting for. And they are going to be a helping hand and a listening ear for you. And that is so important. You need someone who's going to be there for you when you're sad, to lift you up. And I really feel like this is someone who makes you laugh a lot and makes you feel loved and beautiful and worthy. They are your silver lining. They are what you need in life to carry on progressing. It's okay to say goodbye to this previous connection. It was no longer healthy for you. It was no longer helping you. And this new connection is going to be so much better. It's going to be exactly what you need. So even though it may be upsetting to let this previous connection go, it is the right thing. And before you know it, you're going to feel this sense of freedom. You're going to feel literally like a weight has been taken off your shoulders and you can breathe again. There is better out there and they're heading towards you already. You won't have to feel lonely for long, I promise you. That's all I've got for you today, Group 2. I know it was a fairly short reading, but I wanted to get straight to the point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click that like button down below and also leave a comment to let me know if any of this rang true to you. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already to stay up to date on my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it isn't too difficult to let this connection go, and I'm sure this new one is right around the corner. Bye! Hi Group 3, if you picked Take Up Space and also Rainbow Moonstone, this is your reading. I'm going to start with your oracle cards. So we have Runner, Triggered, Running Away, Fears. Triggered, Emotional, Provoked, Overthinking. That's crazy. These are from 2 different days. What are the chances that we get triggered twice? You. Serendipity. Wholesome and true. The feeling I'm getting is that you were looking for something more in this connection than the other person was. So I can see that you're someone who wanted something meaningful. You wanted a meaningful connection. And this other person got frightened as soon as they realized you wanted that. And I literally see them jogging away because they can't deal with that. They don't think they're ready for that. There's something that you're very comfortable with. I think you're very comfortable in your own skin, and they're just not. They're quite frightened, really. They get scared easily. They're not able to get very deep or emotional. And you are just so comfortable with being open and being vulnerable that when they saw you like that, they almost froze and they didn't know what to do because they couldn't reciprocate that same energy. So they decided to run. They were literally triggered and it was too much for them. The emotion was too much. They couldn't give you the same back in return that you gave them. I see them as looking up to you. They see you as someone who's quite healed, quite comfortable in yourself. You may not be, but that is how they see you. They see you as someone who has done the work to understand themselves, and they really haven't. They're so far behind in their journey. They've got so much learning to do. They are just not ready for something so committed with you, whether it's in terms of a romantic relationship or even like friendship. They just can't dig deep in the same way as you can. And they're scared. They're so scared. It's caused them to run away. Serendipity is all about timing, the right timing. I think in terms of this relationship, at the moment, it's not the right timing. You are at completely different stages in your lives. I feel like you are quite healed and emotionally available, and they're just not. They're at a much more juvenile stage. They haven't yet fully understood themselves or learnt how to act in a friendship or a relationship properly, how to balance things so that they're giving as much as they're taking. And they're not comfortable in themselves, whereas you are. So this really isn't the right timing for you both to be in a connection. And that's why they've run away. I don't feel like you should chase them just yet because they need to do some soul searching first. They need to work on themselves first before they're ready for you. They just don't feel ready right now. To get a bit more information, I've got the white Numen tarot deck and we're going to get a few cards from it. So tell me about group 3's connection. Is there any hope left for group 3's connection? Is there no contact connection? Is there hope for it still? Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands, white Numen, Two of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. Okay, so these cards make a lot of sense. The 8 of Cups, let's start here. It talks about, well, you can literally see it in this picture. This fish has turned human and she's distracted by all these other fish around her, the fish that she previously lived with. But there's a new path that has opened up for her on the horizon there. And that's essentially what it means, that change is coming. There is a new path for you to take if you don't stay so distracted by previous intentions, previous journeys. And I feel like in this specific case, you're distracted by this previous relationship, this previous connection, and you're wanting it to continue. But it's not that it's never going to start up again. I do actually feel like it is, but it's just not yet. This isn't the right timing for it yet. And you have this new path that awaits you. So that may be opportunities to meet new people or some time just to yourself away from this connection. And it's actually a good thing. It's going to give you freedom to be true to yourself and to think about what you want and what you need and to put yourself first. I see from the 6 of Wands that this is great for you. But also, the Six of Wands always makes me think of someone who is victorious and lots of people are looking up to them. And I feel like there are so many people who want to be friends with you, or who want to be dating you, or who want to be in your life. And you almost haven't noticed them because you've been so focused on this other connection. But this connection is not ready for you right now. And there's a reason for that, and that's okay. But there are other connections that are there for you and are waiting for you to take them up on their offers. So you can consider them. I see with White Numen that you're creating a new opportunity. So by letting go of this other person and giving them the space to come back to you in their own time, if they choose to do so, you are opening yourself up to new opportunities. You are being authentically yourself and you're being proud of who you are. And that's just drawing more people in towards you. More people want to get to know you. You need to find balance in your life. I don't know if too much, I just feel like your thoughts have been taken up by this other person, this other connection, and you've not been spending enough time thinking about yourself and your own desires, and you're finding balance here. Having this freedom from this person is giving you the space you needed to look into yourself and ask yourself what you really need. Take up space in the world. That's what I'm thinking. You're allowed to take up some space in the world. You're allowed to be proud of who you are, because these other people are so proud of you. They admire you, they look up to you, and they're interested in you too. I feel like they want to be a part of your life, but you're so focused on this other connection that you almost don't see them around you. You're so focused by these fish that you're not seeing this new path that has opened up. So to answer the question whether there's any hope left in this connection, yes, there is hope, but you need to take your mind off that for a while. This person will come back to you when it's the right time, but for now, you need to cast your vision wider. You need to look around you and see who is admiring you, who is wanting to make a connection with you, and take them up on it. Be bold and talk to new people. Engage in new hobbies and new communities that you wouldn't usually take part in. Find balance in your life, because I think you have been so consumed by this relationship that you're not being true to yourself and you're not considering all aspects of yourself at the moment. But once you do start doing that, you will find all these new people that you will get on with so well. I see so many new people coming into your life, and they will love your authentic self. They admire you, they respect you in a way that this person wasn't able to do. They weren't able to be loyal in the same way or true to themselves around you. They weren't able to be authentic with you. But these other people are going to show you the respect that you deserve, and they're going to be their unique selves around you. And that's going to give you the power to be your unique self and not feel bad about it, but instead feel proud. That's all I've got for you, Group 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below. I know it was a fairly short reading today, but that's because I really wanted to get a quick, honest answer for you. Comment down below if any of this resonated. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already to stay up to date on my latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you do meet these new people very soon. Just remember to let go of this old connection. It'll come back to you when it is the right time, but that is not now. Best of luck in your situation. Bye.